It was a beautiful winter's day. The drone was flying perfectly until I got the warning every drone pilot hates to see. Low battery. Before I could make it back to shore, the drone forced itself to land 1 kilometre out on a frozen lake. That's wrecked me day. Oh, I'm devastated. At that point, I thought it was gone forever.
Today, the unthinkable happened. I lost my drone out on the lake. I'm feeling absolutely devastated. And I've recruited a few recruits to come and help me find it. Got Will, Georgian, Kate, Jane, Lauren. We're all geared up. So, and yeah, wish us luck. Hopefully we can find it. Come along for the journey. But it's very sketchy ice, so we'll, hopefully we don't fall through it. Yeah, see how we go.
A rescue effort this weekend. More than 20 anglers out ice fishing on Georgian Bay found themselves stranded on a shrinking ice floe, prompting a rapid response from emergency crews using a helicopter to get them all to safety.
Come on, team. Team meeting. All right, Captain.
So, well, the last time I had communication with it,
Yep.
1,000 metres from shore, direct line with the lighthouse out.
All right.
And then triangulation back from there, I was actually sort of facing, looking at that smaller island, looking at Blue Mountain over there. So it's sort of gathering it sort of like in line with the lighthouse, but sort of somewhere around that island.
Okay. I think we should just walk in a line so that with Dave out the front. So if Dave falls, we can relay the message back and the person at the back of the line could call 911.
But surely we shouldn't all go in a line because then we're wearing down the same ice. Like, don't you think we should all go line like this?
Staggered.
Line sideways.
On an angle.
Let's get this shit show on the road.
Let's go.
Whoa! That was a good start.
You have to amputate the ankle.
No, that'd be you pull through the eye.
Nice, it's all cracked up there. Look. This is where I walked today. Feel like you're really out in the middle of nowhere. Test the ice.
I reckon it's like snow just on top of you.
Yeah. I had a good look this morning, but I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Once we got out on the lake, it was quite windy, so I'll spare you the sound of wind blowing into the microphone, and I'll narrate the video from here. Yeah, so once we got out on the lake, the girls soon realised that it was a bit dangerous for everyone to be out on the lake, so they decided to hang around the shore, and Will and I headed out on the lake, out past where I'd sort of gone in the morning, and we just sort of spread out a little bit so we could cover more ground. So I'll just rewind a little bit and go back to where it all started, why I'm so devastated. It was a lovely morning, the sun was shining, so I thought I'll take the drone out onto the lake. A great opportunity to fly the drone over the frozen lake. And when I got outside, the weather had sort of changed a little bit and it was a little bit breezy. So I put the drone up and started flying the drone out across the lake. I flew it out about 1 kilometre with no problems, and then I got a high wind warning and it said return to home. So at that stage I hit the return to home button on the controller, and it didn't go anywhere. It just sort of stayed in the one spot. So at that stage I then cancelled the return to home and tried to bring the drone home manually. And then again the drone didn't go anywhere. It seemed to lose communication, even though that I could still see the camera and it was moving slightly. I could rotate the drone around, but for some reason I couldn't fly it, and I think it was probably due to how strong the wind was. It just wouldn't return home. After a while I started panicking, and then I got a low battery warning saying that it was going to land on the lake, and that's when things got worse. So I really panicked, and then it just landed on the lake. I quickly sort of ran out, probably about 100 metres out, and realised that the ice on the lake wasn't really fit for walking on, so I returned home and went back to the unit and told the girls that I was pretty devastated. I just lost the drone. We headed out for the day, so we were going out with Will and Kate down to a maple syrup farm, see how maple syrup was made. So we headed out for the day, and then got talking to Will, and he said, let's have a crack at going out and see if we can find this drone. And I was pretty nervous about going out on the ice because it didn't look very thick. Anyhow, so here we are out on the ice, and I sort of thought the drone was about 1,000 metres out, so we headed out looking for it. But we soon realised that it was pretty hard to see anything on the ice, because I thought the ice would be reasonably flat, but it wasn't. It was sort of highs and lows and mounds here and there, and so it made it very difficult to see right across the ice. A small drone could have been hiding behind a little lump somewhere. So we got out to about 1,000 metres where I thought the drone was, couldn't see it anywhere. So we ended up walking another 600 metres out towards the lighthouse. The lighthouse island itself was covered with birds. There was lots of birds flying around, but we couldn't see the drone anywhere. So I was at that stage, I thought, well, I'm not going to find it. Just about gave up, and Will kept saying, no, we'll keep on looking around and see if we can find it. So we keep on trying, and we spread out and went, I sort of walked over one way a bit further, and Will sort of covered a bit more ground. And as we were walking back, the ice was just cracking behind us, and yeah, it was a bit scary. But anyhow, we walked, and then Will sings out and said, I think I can see something in the distance. So I started walking back towards him, and yeah, as we approached, we could see it was the drone.
It looks like it. How did we not see that before? Ah.
Sitting on the ground, and it was sort of sitting between sort of two little lumps of ice, upside down. And oh, geez, I was happy when they were eventually able to pick that drone up.
Feeling a bit relieved. The tape is not too broken. Not going to get too close to Will because we don't put too much weight on the ice.
I didn't get too close to Will because the ice was so sketchy. We were sure we were going to go through it.
Oh, fucking you beauty! Oh, feeling a lot better.
So we yeah, picked the drone up, and then sort of worked out how we're going to get back off the ice, back home. And yeah, We tried a few different ways, but the ice was cracking around us everywhere. So eventually we got back off the ice.
Yeah, well done, man. Ice block.
Yeah, memento.
We were able to get the footage off the drone and put that on the TV, and we could see at the time when the drone landed on the ice that the wind had shifted it probably, I don't know, it's hard to say, probably 200-300 meters from the area that I knew the drone was, but it sort of pushed it sideways, and then when it hit the ice it flipped upside down between these two lumps that we could see. And yeah, the next day was my reward, because I'd taken a couple of photos of the terminals in Collingwood with the Blue Mountain ski runs behind it in summer, and I wanted to repeat that again in winter time with the snow all over the town and ice in the harbour. So on the Sunday I was able to take the drone out and do the winter shots. The sun was shining, it was a beautiful day, so yeah, that was my reward for risking our lives out on the ice. Hope you really enjoyed the video. I'd really appreciate it if you give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again on the next one.